What's going on, traders? Hope everybody is having an amazing weekend. We're going to be looking at the daily chart here of the S&P 500 as always. But before we get started, of course, this video is for educational and entertainment purposes only. And if you're enjoying the content that I put out about the markets each day, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. That way you are alerted every time we do post an update about the markets and trading in general. So with that being said, the S&P was down on Friday 0.24%. Final print 412.46. And we pretty much printed that inside bar like we were hypothesizing. Price action pretty much played out exactly how I was thinking it would. And there were some great opportunities, long and short, on Friday for the Bulls and the Bears. But we did close here. Now we're looking at the daily. We did close. We've been watching this symmetrical triangle pennant, whatever you'd like to call it. The candle, although an inside bar, did close slightly above the downtrend line here. So that is an encouraging sign for the Bulls overall. And we have to see Monday if they are able to hold on to it. Earnings season, of course, is starting to kick off. We have Bank of America, I believe, pre-market on Tuesday, Netflix in after hours, and Tesla on after hours on Wednesday. So I want to pay attention to those earnings reports as well. They might move the market some. But as far as economic events, looking at the calendar, I posted them on my Twitter at _SharkTrader. Not too much that we have to be concerned with as far as data, so that is encouraging on that front. Either way, I think just looking at the daily chart here, like I said, it's a good sign that we were able to close above the downtrend on this symmetrical triangle. But we also have, and we've been talking about this possible inverted head and shoulders, this being the head here, shoulder, shoulder. Totally invalid, though, until we start to break the neckline. But we have that potentiality, something we want to pay attention for. Momo, though, is starting to get a little spicy. It can, of course, we've seen it before, get even more overbought, but we are in that danger zone, so it's definitely something I want to watch out for. And here on the daily, value area high around 413.06, so I want to pay attention to that as well. But we'll have to see what happens on Monday. It's very likely that we also continue to see tricky price action where we might break below again, then come back and recapture, or we hold it and we hold this downtrend line and we just kind of bounce back and forth like this for a little bit before finally making the bigger move that I'm sure we're waiting for. Whichever direction that is, we don't know, but all things being equal, I'd have to say that the momentum moving averages here on the daily we're all cleanly above them, and that is good. Let's look at the weekly really quickly. Now the weekly, we are still again over all the key moving averages, but weekly doesn't really show the close. I mean, barely. The daily does, but weekly didn't really close above it. Obviously, we saw that selling pressure here in the wick, but we'll have to see how the next candle prints, hopefully above, and we'll have to see. But either way, I still anticipate some trickier price action, maybe for the next few days, or a slow grind higher. But I do want to watch out. We've talked about this gap here before that they could be pushing for around the 418 to around 422 or so. And let's see if they want to go ahead and fill that gap. And that would probably be what I would think is trying to happen right now. So that being said, I'm going to make this a quick one. As far as what we're looking for tomorrow, And we'll get into the hourly here with some supply and demand. As long as we really can hold, this 412.85, we start to break down below here, and certainly if we crack this base before, you could see the reaction that we had when we broke it. Very strong. So if we break this 412.80, 85 area, I think that would be a warning sign. But once we start to really take out this same area again around the 412.40, 412.15 or so, then we're likely to see more selling pressure back down. But I do anticipate, like I was saying, the trickier price action. So we could sell back down and then come back up, sell back down, come back up. But the fact that the bulls were able to hold that hourly breakout area around that 410 was encouraging. I was, personally a bit surprised that they were able to sell down so much. But that's what happens when inventory gets too long and there was just no one to buy. Pretty much what we were anticipating happened. We came up, fake break higher, right into that supply, and then boom, shut right back down. All right. So, loose bias tomorrow, I'd have to say that it's possible we see a little bit of a pullback. The hourly is looking like it wants to break out. It's right now, Globex has been in this consolidation mode, but so it's possible we push up higher in the morning and then midday again we come back down, but ultimately just make a lower high. So maybe if we do break this 413, 412, 87, 85 area, then we only come down into this next area of demand, and which is basically going to be still a lower high from what we did here, and then make that move back up again. But just looking at the hourly, and this is kind of taking into advantage, you can see it a bit clearer on futures, but we're looking at SPY right now. Maybe I'll pull that up. But we're kind of making pretty much a flag here. So as long as we hold this consolidation overnight, I would probably be leaning for a move higher, and whether that's going to be in Globex, at what time, I'm not sure, or if we do it in the morning session, pop up, and then come back up to retest this breakdown candle, very possible as well, and then we make the turn back again. That is definitely a scenario that I am looking at. So if we kind of just consolidate here, I think we might push up higher and then come down and then come back up. We'll have to see. I am in some futures long right now. It might hold pretty much overnight as long as we don't start to really break down. But ultimately, I want to see about price coming back up and retesting this breakdown candle high, and then possibly making a move back down to make a higher low, and then back up again. And that would kind of go in with the thesis of that trickier price action, where we're just kind of going up, down, and that type of momentum or price delivery, I should say. I don't have too much here. You can see it's pretty much consolidating right here, pretty much where we started yesterday or into Thursday night. But let's see, what else do I have? I think that's about it. Not too much else to mention. I wanted to mention earnings. Let's look at, we can stay here. Let's just pull up. Okay. Let's look at that 30. All right, so 30 still holding the line, 20 right here, nice confluence. And you can probably see that bull flag. We are above value right now. Yes, we are above value right now, so that is something to consider. That they probably might want to come back in and retest it before making another move. But that's going to have to work itself out. This is just on the 30. Let's go to the 10-day hourly and see where we are. Yep, still above value here. which makes me a little cautious. 4 hour, let's just see. 4 hour is not. 4 hour is in value, so that is good. Gives us that opportunity. Kind of the world's ugliest inverted head and shoulders here as well. Head, shoulder, shoulder. But we'll see. This definitely looks like the potentiality of a flag forming for at least a morning push, if not in Globex. So we'll have to see how that plans out. But either way, for me, if we start to really get back under this hourly 20, it could be that warning sign. But we probably would have to take out this 412.40 again and really get under 412 for that move back down. But I would be very cautious, piling in short, because we could just bigger picture end up making that lower high and then, coming down, boom, and then back up. I'm thinking, like I said before, possible up, retest to here, then back down, then back up, something like that. But yeah, so not too many earnings tomorrow that we have to worry about, so that's all clear as far as that's concerned. But yeah, let's just be careful tomorrow. Be ready for that choppier price action. And you can see here how we just, up, down, same type of situation. So look for that tricky delivery, and just be careful with how you're trading. Not a time to be oversizing or anything like that. All right, quick video, not too much that I needed to go over, but I covered everything. The only thing I'll say here is on the hourly, we're getting a bit spicy on the Momo, so this is probably going to cool down and reset here in Globex as we consolidate. Hasn't really done it as much here on the 5-day. 4 hour is getting a little spicy again. And we'll just take a peek. And the 15's cooled off a bit as well. But yeah, either way, we're hanging out point of control here. So we'll have to see what we get, if anything. I hope you have a great trading day Monday, and we will be back at it. But let's see what happens. Could be another, maybe tomorrow we print basically the same thing, but green 25 at 30%. Something like that could be what we're looking for tomorrow. But either way, defense is going to be still the name of the game for me until we start to either take out the swing high for the bull case, or we really start to break below that 412 area. Then we might start to try to target back down towards these swing lows here. But I still would be cautious about if we could get all the way down here, so just be careful. All right, have a good one and take care.